Yes. Okay, so hi Anna, how are you? I don't think Anna has the audio on. Okay, so Sean, I will share my desktop. How's that? So I can show you, walk you through the observation notes, a couple of things that people try. Okay, Anna disappeared. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it worked before. Let me see if it works now. Okay. All right, so you're seeing my screen now, right? Very good. Okay, so let me go to the observation sheet. 4, 3, 5. Let me open number 1. Okay, so I did some aggregation on number 1. So you can see that all green, almost all green, right? And then the problem is the moving part because they cannot move things. So that's why they got frustrated. And it's almost the same for the others. So if we go to number 2, if we look at observation sheet, so you can see that green, 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 right? So and then this one also all green, and this one is a little bit problem with the move button, also almost green, and it's 2, 1, 2, 5. This is 3. Okay, 3 you can see they're all green. And this one also 1, 1, 2. These are all green. And oh, this one is a little bit of problem here. Number 4, no. Okay, so this is, let's see, number 4. Okay, so number 4, you can see also here it's the move button. Because the move button doesn't work, they got frustrated. Almost the same move button. Okay, this is number 4. This is number 5. The one we just did, and a little bit problem here. You know, want to drag and drop, cannot do that because it's a wireframe. Also move. Okay, almost the same. Yes, very good. Okay, so in general, it's almost all green. Most of the people find this easy to use. So if I just open up this wireframe, I'm gonna walk you through it. Now, first, the recommendation is that the 2 red labels on the top, even though the text is very clear, a couple of people got confused which one is which. So they first say, oh, this is all the tools available in the set. But no, oh, no, this is the tools that we can add. So I'm thinking maybe if we use different colors, so it will give them more visual cue. About which is which, right? So maybe one is red, the other is blue, something like that. And then one of the participants said that for this add new tools column, because there's several levels, there's a white border, because this is the background for this column. You can see this white border here. It looks a little bit busy. But only one person mentioned it. So because these are categories, it's 3 categories here. Maybe it has to look like that. It's just that this white border looks a little bit busy here. And also a couple of them mentioned that we like the feature of adding the categories, but they don't know if it applies to every institution. Some use categories, some don't. So if you have categories here, don't know what this one is doing. All of them very intuitively figure out that if they click on this plus button, add a tool to the left, and also they appreciate the color for the plus button. So if you click, it's a red, it's a green, so they know that it's good to go. So add to the right. Now, this delete button, also they appreciate the red color for the delete button. They know immediately this is trash, so got to remove. right? And another thing they mentioned is that there's a save button is a little bit confusing because when they click something, this is added, right? So is this a save button is to save the changes on this tool only because this row of buttons goes right underneath this new tool being added. So they're thinking this save button is only for this tool. So if they are doing something for the other tools, for example, Gradebook, they want to not hide this. So they want to have a save button somewhere, just save these changes. Then they figure out they need to scroll way down to the bottom and click on this save button. So this one is a little bit confusing to them. So what should they do? And so maybe we have to think, have some kind of separation from them, or maybe make this a save button available for each individual items here, at somewhere have a save, right? And also they would appreciate some kind of notification that things being saved after they click on the save. So click save and it pop up something saying that, changes being saved, something like that. All right. So this is adding and deleting. So when they go into adjusting the settings for individual items, so these boxes are very tiny, so they sometimes don't see it, don't know what they're doing. For especially this one, hide, is very tiny. But I guess because this is a wireframe, so that's why they look like that. So maybe in the real tool, they will be of the same size, so it won't have this question.
Yeah, that was a bug that I noticed in Chrome that I wasn't able to fix before the session.
Oh, because I'm using
in
Chrome.
Firefox,
okay.
they're all the same size.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. So eventually they will be the same size.
Yeah, that's just an issue with the mockup.
Okay. So and also they are saying that if these are checked, right? So these icons will show up here. So it would be nice to have some kind of notation for this icon. So for example, if you move your mouse, hover over it, so there will be a notation showing up. So this tool is hidden from the student, something like that. Right. So they want to know what this means. So also a couple of them mentioned that they are not really sure about this eye. So what's that for? I think in Sakai 11, they started to use this icon to indicate hidden items. One person especially mentioned that they like the light bulb. It's very clear when it's yellow, when it's blue, and what it means. But that's just one person. I have seen people complaining about the light bulb because they don't get it. I guess you cannot make everybody happy. But I do think that a notation for the hover over might help for people to understand what this is. Right? And also when they click on it, whatever they do, the settings page show up. They like this, right? So it's not just the clicking on here, but if they click anywhere on this bar, the settings will open. So they like this. Okay, so next question is the actual settings. Nobody understands this. I guess, Sean, that's why you put this note here. Nobody's sure what this means.
I probably shouldn't have left that in for the testing. I should have taken that chunk out.
Yeah, but actually we laughed together. So because it's a log, right? So I'm just assuming it means that nobody can make changes to it. Even the instructor cannot make changes to it. So I'm not sure. Yeah. Also got a comment about the explanation of this feature. It's too long. Faculty is not going to read it. Maybe just make it really short, because it also says hide this tool from normal users. Who is normal user? I don't know who is normal user. I mean, students are normal user, or faculty are normal user, or maybe just say hide from student view. So I think that's what we have right now. So I think that one is pretty short.
But what about in project sites?
Project site, I haven't looked at it yet. Because the project site will be hide from participants, right? Because it's the organizer and the participants, I think. So
default is main and access, but it'll depend on the institutions. Yeah, so I understand I understand where it's
coming from. So it just that it's a little bit long, so people are not going to read this. Yeah. Okay, so then it's a big problem of the move button because it doesn't work. Participants got frustrated. But I think if it works, I think everybody got it immediately that the arrow means going up, this arrow means going down. Right, so the problem that came out is that do you really want people to click on this move button? Because in a regular site, there are a lot of tools. So if they want to see where the tool is going and they want to see the complete list, if these are all open, right, like this. So if you want to click on the move button, you need to expand this in order to see the move button. But if they are expanded like this, you don't actually see clearly where this one is going, right, like this. So the most efficient way is to click on this three-bar icon. So then this way you can drag and drop very easily. You know where your item is going to. So if that's the most efficient way, why do you need this move button? Even though it's very intuitive. Right, so do you keep one or do you keep both? Or is there any way to make it another icon? Maybe move this icon, the move icon just right here. Just instead of the move label here, you just keep two arrows here. Just put arrow here. Because a couple of people didn't get the bar. But one of them got it because that's been used in the Sakai system in other places. If you drag and drop, you actually have this icon there. So I guess by the end of the day, we just need to keep it consistent over the Sakai system.
Right.
So if it's been decided for drag and drop, we always use this. So for the managed tools, we have to use this icon for drag and drop, right? The other thing is I noticed, you didn't mention, but I noticed their behavior. When they drag and drop, they want to just click anywhere to drag and drop, right? Not just on the icon. I understand that right now, the way you set it up, if they click anywhere in the bar here, it expands, right? So if they want to drag and drop, if they click on here, it doesn't drag and drop. It just open up and you can change the text here. So it just, I want to let you know about their behavior. They want to just click on the bar here to drag and drop because it's a bigger area. It's easier to grab. So if they just grab on the bar here, the icon on the left, I see that they have to make a little bit effort to actually grab this icon. And
I think that just worked.
Yeah.
I think it does work that way.
Okay, it does.
See how your weeks are reordered now?
Yes. It works.
Yeah.
Okay, what did I do? No?
Once you move one item to one spot, you can't move it again. That's an issue with the mockup.
Oh,
but if you try moving like gradebook and overview, you haven't touched those ones yet.
Yeah, it did. Okay, so only one time.
Yeah,
I don't
with
think,
yeah,
I don't
you're only
think
allowed one move. That's all you're allowed.
Okay. Got it. Okay. But they definitely appreciate this drag and drop feature.
Okay.
Yeah. All of them want to drag and drop. Okay, is there anything else? Okay. They like the sort alphabetically. And also they asked the color. One of them, I think, very experienced, so she asked about the color. So do they have to be the same color or do they have to be a different color? I remember we have this kind of discussion in other tools also. So if you have a row of icons, so what color do you use? I think it's ongoing. It just everybody have a different preference on those colors.
Yeah, what I have in the mock-up is what I would like to propose to the community, where the primary button is the primary color, which in stock Sakai is the blue,
Yeah.
and the rest of them would be what we have now, which is the gray button, the gray color. So
Yeah.
this is indicating that the save button is the primary button.
Yeah. I actually agree with you. So when I look at this, the one thing I want to click on is the save.
Yeah.
Because these two are very close. If they are of the same color, it's very possible. I mean, 50% of the time I would click on the cancel if they were the same color.
Right.
But when the save button is blue, so it will be less chance that I click on the cancel.
That was my hope. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, it's my personal opinion. Would be more helpful to have the cancel button next to here.
Well, I'm thinking too now that I heard that comment about the confusion of how the save button works in the first place, that it'll probably get moved down a little bit anyways, so it won't be connected with the sort alphabetical button anyways.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like when you hit the save button, it won't be just to save whatever you've changed. It will be to like save the page and go back to the main page.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they did comment that. So when you click save, does it save this change you made? Or does it save another thing?
Everything on the page. Yeah, it
right.
saves and closes the page.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they want to save when they go. So for example, they make 3 changes on the page. They want to be able to save each time they make a change. So if they change week 2 to week 11, for example, right? So then they want to save it right here. So what you're saying is that if you click save, actually you save everything, then you go out of manage tools, right?
Yeah, just like most pages in Sakai.
Right.
Yeah.
But they want to be able to save individual changes and stay here until they finish everything. So that's one of the requests that came out. And not just one person, at least the 2 people mentioned it.
That might be trickier.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so if you have a save button for each individual item, where do you put it? It's just too many buttons. Yeah.
Yeah, and in my session where I demoed this, one of the feedbacks or pieces of feedback that I got was about the delete can, and I stated that the whole design is very low risk. So if it was saving, it would kind of contradict that work. I'll have to think about it though.
Okay, so they're saying that the delete is too big?
No, they're saying that they want a confirmation every time you delete it.
Right. Okay.
But others didn't.
Okay. Yeah, nobody mentioned anything about the confirmation of a delete. But I think, yeah, but on the second thought, that might help, right? So, but if it's deleted, it goes to the right, right?
Yeah.
And if you want to put it back, you put it right back.
That's what I responded with, that it's very low risk. If you would just have to rename your lesson and change the settings back if that were a case. But
yeah, exactly. So I think,
or you hit cancel because it hasn't saved anything, and so that's what's kind of contradicting the multi-save that they're requesting from your results.
Yeah, exactly. So they did mention that where the tool go after they click the delete. So I intentionally asked them, where do you think the test and quizzes went? All of them responded that it's on the left, on the right, and pointed to me. It's right there. So they understand where the tool went, and they can edit back just by clicking the plus button. Just edit right back.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay. Let me think, is there anything else? I think we are cutting close to the end time now. When do we finish? We have until 3:50. Okay, good. Okay, is there anything else? Okay, one of the comment is that if they can add the lessons tool here, if it's added here, it's a top level lessons page. But I think that's the use of lessons is not this tool, so it's not relevant. Okay. The other they mentioned is that they want to be able to highlight entire text, and when they try to change the title. Is it because it's a wireframe, or it's not designed that way to highlight the entire text?
Yeah, that's another bug with the mockup that I found in some browsers.
Okay, it's a browser issue. Okay, yeah. Got it. Okay. I think
it's just with the mockup, though.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Did we have a question about, or a step in the dialogue to know what a tool was before you click on it?
I think all of them are familiar with Sakai, so nobody asked what tool is what.
Okay. Yeah, that was one of the things that I forgot to review and to see if it was in there. That's why I had the Gaminator tool on the right, which isn't an actual tool in Sakai.
Right,
it was just a name I made up. And I wanted to know whether or not they cared that you don't get to see the tool descriptions until after you add a tool.
One person did ask about settings. Because it's not called settings, it's called site info.
That's correct, yeah.
Right? So she did mention that the name of the tool changed a couple of times. So she just assumed that it's changed again.
Okay.
Because it used to be site editor, right? Now it's a site info. She's just wondering if it's going to be called settings in the future. But I assured her that it's not changed yet. So we're still thinking.
Yep.
So then she made a comment that setting is a bad name. So
good.
We don't know what's going to be called.
Half of my presentation was about changing site info to settings. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. People are really concerned. Okay.
So I'm glad that she had positive feedback about that.
Yeah. Okay. And also, several people are not sure why this category is here. Did I mention that? So they don't know, if you click plus button, does it add a category to the left or to the right? So they don't know.
Yes. Okay. I wish I had gotten enough time to implement that so that it would have gone in, but it would have been added to the left.
It's added to the left? Okay.
Yeah, it adds it as a heading that you can put between tools, essentially, in your menu. So if you were to click like new category and you say you wanted it to be called like assessment tools, and then you could like move it around so that it was between or above all the assessment tools that you had in your course, then it would just be a divider in the tool menu. That's how I'm proposing it. I should have removed it from the particular mock-up. I did talk about it in my screen, and that we were using similar mock-ups, so that's why it was left in.
Okay, so actually I love this new feature here. Yeah, so I would definitely use it because right now, because before we upgrade to Sakai 11, we had categories on our left menu. Now
were you with RSmart?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I got the idea from. Except this is going to be per site user specified categories, so it's not institution.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. If some faculties are brave enough, they want to create the categories, they can do that. I love to give them this option, not just taking it away completely. Right now, we don't have any categories, so some faculty did comment that it's a little bit chaotic. And the menu bar is really long, sometimes much, much longer than the content area. So you can see the left menu just stretched down below.
Oh, yeah.
You have to scroll a long time to reach the bottom to see something.
Yeah, that might need the categories feature that we're looking at here might need a bit more testing in the future from a usability perspective, because even during my discussion in my presentation, I was debating whether it should be called categories at all, and whether it should just be called like tool heading or tool divider or something like that.
Right.
Which allows you to just provide a name that goes between tools. So that'll probably need more testing. Yeah.
Right.
I just didn't have enough time to get to that part of my mock-up.
Yeah, I'm thinking, because a lot of people asking for this tool, if you divide it into phase 1 and phase 2, phase 1 is to get this function in there. And then you can collect more feedback on this category idea.
I think categories will probably be. I think the categories option will probably be phase 2 of this whole thing. Anyways, it probably won't be in the initial merger of the 2 pages. So, because it'll take a lot of additional work to get it to work properly in Portal and everything.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, glad to hear. Okay, I think that's all the feedback I can remember for now. Okay, so I will work on where did it go? I will work on the observation sheets, maybe have aggregated this area. So maybe write up what I told you.
Okay.
So you can have it with you.
That'd be great.
Yeah. So it might take me some time over the weekend to get this done. So I can also listen to the recording, see if anything I missed.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
I appreciate all the time and effort that you've put into this and for helping me write the script and everything.
Oh, no problem. My pleasure. I really want this tool to move on and get into Sakai community release.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people asking about it. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. I got a lot of good feedback on my presentation for it this afternoon as well. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to push forward with it and get more community support and more testing and more feedback from it.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so do you have more questions for me? Is there anything I can help you with?
I'll take a look at your summary. Will I get a copy of the actual notes that you have in front of you right now?
Yes, it's all public available. So if you get a link, you can go to all those observation notes.
Perfect.
Yeah, did you have the link of all 5, or did I miss one? I have 5 session notes.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay. All right. So they should be all in that folder called UX track.
Okay.
I think I added you to this one, so you should be in there.
Okay.
Okay. So if you cannot see anything, just let me know. I'm gonna fix the sharing settings.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
And we'll chat offline and yeah. And if I have any further questions, I'll email you.
Yeah, you know how to find me.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thanks so much for all your help.
All right, so I'm going to a wrap-up session. Just remind you, we do have the raffle drawing around 5.
Oh yeah.
So if you just been there, you might get a gift card. Okay. See you around.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye.